line with. If you're looking for me, you can find with.
Hello people and welcome to IWPC316 as we're about to preview what most people consider the second biggest pay-per-view in the WWE calendar, and that is the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Brian, I don't care what you have to say about WWE at the moment. I know it's not great. You have to say one thing, the Royal Rumble match is always exciting.
What about that year they had like 15 returns from like when they had Duke the Dumpster Droese return and, all these returns.
You are just Captain Buzzkill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the Royal Rumble of jobbers this year, so it's okay.
And tag teams. Don't forget tag teams.
Well, that's what I said, jobbers.
Okay, we will get to the Royal Rumble match later on in this preview show, but there's also 3 highly anticipated matches on this card, and let's start with Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. And why?
We had to step back in our time machine and go back 12 years.
Seriously, why is this match happening? Like, I doubt there's people that were screaming around, we want to see Brock and Big Show. There's so much other people that Brock could go up against. Even put him up against Mark Henry. At least that was something new and different.
Well, the thing is they have to use Brock X amount of dates a year to make their money out of it. And they're just, there wasn't that many people that could, you would take seriously have a chance of beating Brock. And Brock really needs to beat somebody big named before going into Mania season because he's off, he hasn't won a whole lot since he's been back. So
he only lost 2 matches.
Yeah. Lost to Triple H and then he lost to Punk, didn't he?
No, he lost to Cena. He beat Punk.
And did he beat Punk? I don't know. He lost to Triple H too, so.
Looking back now at this Brock Lesnar return, since we're already 2 years now into it, we all know the situation from the war ago that Brock was never going to be full-time, that Brock was only going to work certain days. Has this been a success, Brian? In what WWE tried to achieve from it?
I think so, because you get your big pop whenever he shows up unexpectedly.
And it's just giving away on the pre-recorded SmackDown. Yeah,
well, I mean, Brock can't talk on a mic. I'm sorry. The man sounds like he has no nuts. I'm sorry.
Well, at least he's man enough to admit that himself. At least he came out and said he needs Paul Heyman. There would have been a lot of people that wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, so, I mean, he can't do a promo, and you can only see him just destroy people so long before it gets, the brutality gets to be too much, And it works in small doses. I have no problem with it. So
the only problem I had with it is that he worked so much with Triple H.
Yeah. I'm picking Brock to go over Big Show.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying. This match is on here for one reason. That's trying to get Brock to be the big guy going forward into the WrestleMania season. But I'll be honest, I would have liked to see him work with more people. Like he did a 3-match program with Triple H. With how limited days you have, Brock, it would have been nice to see him only work 1 match with Triple H. Like that SummerSlam match didn't need to happen if you were going to have a WrestleMania match. And I would have put more emphasis on the WrestleMania match that it's a one-time only kind of a deal.
Yeah.
I just don't get why he has to fight Big Show. There's so many other people I'd like to see him go up against.
Yeah, Big Show needed to be in the Rumble match itself. So,
yeah.
Because
it would have made sense
that big thing when, you get that big thing when, you could finally get like Cesaro and Big Show left alone in the ring, and you could do like Cesaro do the big swing on Big Show. You could have that huge spot.
Yeah, but see, the reason I think he should be in the Rumble is that he can go on and say he's been through a year of hell with the Authority and that he wants to win the Rumble and take the belt off Orton.
Yeah.
You have a reason for why he wants to go forward to win the Rumble. But actually thinking about it there when you go on about it, there is no big powerhouse in the Rumble this year.
Well, the powerhouse they got right this year is Big E Langston is going to be your powerhouse.
So you see, he'd be the guy that would eliminate 5 or 6.
Yeah.
They're pushing him, and I think he's going to end up getting the John Cena treatment of fans. They're pushing him way too fast, way too early. Like, things like this should be generated.
The Superman of this Rumble is going to be Roman Reigns. This is his year to have that Shawn Michaels run through the thing where, he did all the eliminations in one match and everything like that.
I won't be surprised if the first two was CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
I don't think they'll go that long. I can see Reigns coming in about number 10 and probably being in the last 5. So,
you never know. Like they have big plans for Roman Reigns, so you never know what's going to happen. We get back into this later, but who knows? He could be the wild card that could go very long in the Rumble and maybe even win it.
Yeah, that's true.
Second match to talk about is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Am I pronouncing that right? It's Randy Orton against John Cena, and the question I got to ask you, Brian, is who wanted to see this again?
Actually, I don't have a problem with this match being on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view because it keeps Orton and Cena out of the Rumble match itself.
And it gives us a cigarette break.
Yeah.
Since there's going to be no Divas match.
Don't really care, and that's horrible to say about your title match. I don't really care who wins.
I don't think anyone does. I think that these two guys, you can make it, even the fans don't care. It's like when Cena came out on Raw. There was no big, massive pop.
Well, there's a reason why the Royal Rumble WWE title match has traditionally been a match no one gives a shit about. That's why we've had Bob Holly compete for the title, Dolph Ziggler at one
point. Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston.
Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Kofi Kingston. Nobody was going to give a shit about the title match. Everybody came to see the Rumble. That's the attraction to the Royal Rumble.
Could this main event it? Because this has happened before. Title matches have gone over after the Rumble. But to my opinion,
the past couple of years, the big thing to do is whoever wins, normally if it's someone that's going to go after the world title, I've seen them, the Rumble match happen first and then the WWE title. But now that you've combined, you kind of have to have that thing at the end where, they point up at the WrestleMania banner and the fireworks go off around it. So Orton's probably going to win this. I think they're going to hold the title on Orton for a while.
Yeah, you see Orton winning this, but how? Do you see it being a DQ? Because that's how I see it. I see Cena just losing his cool. There's big talks that Cena will be in a program with the Wyatt family. Is this a way to start building it, that he goes a bit crazy and the Wyatt see something in him on the night?
Or, Bray Wyatt runs down and helps Orton retain the title. Because nothing sets up a feud much like, hey, you screwed me out of the title. But I can see it ending in some type of shenanigan finish so both look strong, and then
there's no way Orton's getting a clean 1, 2, 3 here, is there?
Well, since it's going to be a forgotten match, it's not that big a deal. So there is rumor of it
as well. I gotta go Orton as well, but let's just say this straight out: I wouldn't be surprised if Cena won.
Yeah.
Because the Randy Orton one has been a failure.
Yeah. You said we wouldn't be getting a Divas match, but according to reports from SmackDown, Naomi versus AJ Lee will happen at Royal Rumble, possibly on the pre-show. So I would have to assume AJ keeps the belt.
Yeah, but see, what I don't get, if I was WWE, my pre-show would be a bunch of the NXT guys and the winner gets a spot in the Rumble. So giving these guys then fierce exposure on the pre-show, and then you can put your top guy through to be in the Rumble.
It's like Bo Dallas last year.
Yeah, but apparently what killed Bo Dallas was his attitude. He got a big shit head on him.
Yeah.
He was walking around like he was king of the world.
He was feuding against Wade Barrett, and nobody gave a shit about Wade Barrett. So,
I love Bad News Barrett, by the way. For some reason, he's had to been pulled out the Rumble. I don't know why.
Okay, women's match. If AJ Lee versus Naomi. I'm going to go with AJ to retain. I don't see her dropping the belt until WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think it'd be stupid if she drops the belt before WrestleMania. I think you have a golden opportunity here to actually make a very meaningful Divas match.
Yeah. Maurice could come back now that she's getting married this weekend.
I'd like to see Trish Stratus come back.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. She's got a baby now.
Yeah. Or even Lita. Lita, like, there's a storyline that writes itself. Yeah. Someone that went to see someone get an autograph years ago, it's now the champion. You could have Lita come back, call a kind of a promo, and just have AJ come out and say, I'm better than you now. And I'm sure a bunch of fanboys are already like, and they have to bring up CM Punk. No, they don't.
Yeah. CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. The storyline itself writes about how AJ used to be a fan of Lita, and now she's the champion. It writes itself, Brian.
Yeah, and you don't really need to bring a guy into that feud.
No, you don't.
So let's move into the big match itself.
Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Is this a waste of space for Daniel Bryan? Should Daniel Bryan not be your star attraction in the Rumble because of how over he is? I know you've been saying off air that you still think Daniel Bryan could be part of the Rumble, but if he's not, what a stupid move by WWE.
Yeah. The only way they can justify him not being the Royal Rumble winner is for him to win the Elimination Chamber.
Yet again, makes no sense. I don't mean to be awkward about this, but like, it would mean so much more for Bryan to go into WrestleMania trying to win the belt than him actually walking in as champion.
I know. We'll get there when we get to the big match.
Well, we don't know what could happen is they could do some bullshit. Like the winner of the Rumble is going to WrestleMania, but they're going to make it a triple threat. Because, you know, Triple H will bring up some bullshit like that. Orton's going to have to defend it against two guys.
Yeah.
And have Orton going apeshit crazy about it. Who do you see winning between Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt?
I think Daniel Bryan has to go over at this point.
Yeah. I think this
but however, you could have that match be your in between your WWE title and your Royal Rumble match, and have, like we said earlier, Bray screw John Cena.
This is your opening match. I don't care what anyone tells me. Brock Lesnar's not going to open the pay-per-view, and John Cena's not going to open the pay-per-view. This match is opening the Rumble.
Well, your WWE Divas match could be your opening match, but what I'm saying, you could have Wyatt screw Cena over against Orton, and then Cena come out and help screw Wyatt over in the Bryan match, which, as we said on the when we were doing our news show earlier, that Cena and Bryan are apparently teaming up against the Wyatt family at house shows. So, you know, it could help set all that up. So, Bryan's going over.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Bryan as well. Now let's get to the big one, the 30-man Royal Rumble.
This is the way I want to do it. I have the list in front of me. I want to read the name, and I want you to tell me early, mid, or late entry and chances of winning. And I'll do the same. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Alberto Del Rio. You think he comes in early in the match, middle of the match, or late in the match?
I see Del Rio coming in around the midway point. I don't see him coming in too early. I see him coming in around the midway point, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Chances of winning?
Not a hope.
Yeah. I see him coming around the middle, just to come in as like the new workhorse for a little while. So Punk, who I think is going to run the gauntlet, you know, can take a break for a minute.
Here's a question for. Oh, well, we wait till we get to Punk. I want to ask you a question about Punk, but we wait till we get.
You only got to wait 5 spots. So Antonio Cesaro.
He's in there just to do a big spot.
Yeah. 0 chance.
Pardon?
0 chance of winning.
No, he's just there to do a spot.
Probably coming in about number 8, doing a big swing on somebody and getting eliminated shortly thereafter.
Yeah, he's there just for a spot.
he'll probably do a swing on Titus O'Neil so we can have the vomit spot, and then that'll be the end of it.
What I see happening is he giving Titus O'Neil the swing. Tyson will probably get sick on him, and he'd probably fall off the top rope because of it.
Yeah.
You know, some stupid shit like that.
Batista?
I see him coming in around the 20th spot, and I am marking Batista as the favourite.
Yeah.
It pains me to say it, but Batista is my favourite going into the... Well, not my favourite, but my favourite to win it.
Yeah. I put him about 25 and winning it. So, probably about 85% chance of winning this match.
Yeah. There's only three people that I see winning this match.
Yeah. Batista, CM Punk, and Sheamus.
Yeah. You had to take away my big surprise. I was actually going to give this whole detailed thing about Sheamus because no one's talking about him.
Oh, people are talking about it, but no one's taking it serious. Biggie Langston's number 4, alphabetically wise.
I can see him taking a long run. I can see them eliminating a few guys, winning it. Put it this way, it wouldn't be the biggest shock in wrestling history if he won it.
Yeah. CM Punk, number 5. Well, Biggie Langston for me. I actually have him coming in the middle of the match just to start eliminating, everybody that came in from like number 12 to 20. And then probably being eliminated by Roman Reigns. So
I see him being in the last 4. Always the last 4, there's a kind of a big moment when each of them goes to each turnbuckle.
Yeah.
I can see Big E Langston lasting that long because they're kind of building this guy up and it'll be a kind of a thing like, look at the impressive performance he put in at the Royal Rumble.
Well, see, I would believe that until Seth Rollins beat him Monday night on Raw. So, number 5, CM Punk.
Here's my thing about CM Punk, and I want to ask you this. Do you see Punk in all the way to the end and being eliminated? And who do you see screwing him? Because Punk is not going to be eliminated by someone in the Rumble per se. He might be thrown off the top row. But someone is going to cost Punk that match if he doesn't win it. Who do you see in a beat? Do you see it be Kane or even Triple H? Could you see something happening that Punk says something to Stephanie during the night?
I actually see CM Punk being eliminated by my surprise return, Chris Jericho. So, I think Chris Jericho is going to come back. So, and he'll be the one to eliminate Punk. So we can get Punk versus Jericho at Elimination Chamber. So, because of that stupid pay-per-view in February, you got to have kind of big matches for all your guys to help set your card up for WrestleMania.
It's not about big matches. It's about momentum. Like, as soon as you stop the Royal Rumble, you have to get on ahead of momentum going into WrestleMania. And unfortunately, there's a pay-per-view right in the fucking middle of it.
Yep.
So you need a good pay-per-view to keep going with that momentum because you might get 1 or 2 bad Raws, but on the run-up to WrestleMania, I guarantee you will never get a terrible Raw.
Yeah, so I just see I see another Jericho-Punk feud.
Punk's my second favorite. If Batista doesn't win,
Well, I see CM Punk actually going at least an hour. I can't remember a Punk-Orton feud that lasted very long if they actually did do one, especially with Punk as a face. So
they actually had a match
at
WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could still go back to that, when Orton kicked Punk in the head and cost him the world title and all that mess. So
wasn't that already done though for 27?
It may have. I don't remember.
Yeah, WrestleMania 27. They built the whole thing around that. That Punk never forgot it, and Orton started taking out the Nexus, and then CM Punk took him out and looked in the wife's eyes in the bus.
Yeah, but Punk was.
And they went on to have the best match of WrestleMania 27 in my books.
Yeah. Well, you still have Punk was heel at that time too, so you can kind of flip it around. Let Orton be the heel in this. 50% chance of Punk winning and running the gauntlet. I think they want to get a couple more people that have gone from 1 to 1 number one to winning. I can't say 1-1. I sound like an idiot, but I give him a 50-50 chance of winning it.
Yeah, he's my second favourite anyway. I go Batista, him, and then Sheamus. I was going to save that to the end of the show, but you kind of gave it away.
Sorry. And up next is the person I actually picked to, surprise the most people in the Rumble this year is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, I see coming in probably about number 5 or 6.
And being eliminated by Goldust.
Yeah, being eliminated by Goldust, but, making it almost to the end as well. He'll be one of those guys that he'll set up with CM Punk to help eliminate, heels as they come out. You're going to need Punk and Rhodes and Goldust to help battle when the Wyatts and the Shield get in there. So
I'd actually like to see something done like that, the Shield, because I don't see this happening, because I see Roman Reigns coming in a bit early in the match, but I like to do a thing like that when Dean Ambrose comes, he just stands outside the ring. And then when Seth Rollins comes, he just stands outside the ring. And then when Roman Reigns comes, the three of them are just outside together.
Yeah. That would work.
Now, don't make it like that. Dean Ambrose comes out number 4, and then Roman Reigns doesn't come out to around 20, making something like 4, 6, and 8. So there's only like 5 or 6 minutes, and then you can kind of have the anticipation with them outside the ring circling.
Or you could just keep playing their music, and they not stand at ringside, but stand at, up at the very top of the thing. So
Cody Rhodes, I see him going far like yourself. I see Goldust eliminating them and starting this Goldust Cody Rhodes feud that I see going down at WrestleMania. I think this is Goldust's last run, and what better way to end it than to put his brother over at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Speaking of turncoats with the Rhodes, you have Damian Sandow up next.
He's going to be in there for comedian thing. He might cut a promo, or someone might make fun of him, and he's going to be eliminated as quickly as he comes in.
He's the Santino of this Rumble.
Yeah, he's there for comedic value. He's either going to cut a promo on the crowd, or he's going to go in someone stupid is going to eliminate him. He could come into the ring the time Tyson O'Neill is going to throw up and be whipped around by Cesaro.
Yeah. I give him 0 chance of winning.
I give him 0 chance of making past 2 minutes.
Yeah. Speaking of people that won't have 2 minutes, Darren Young. Don't care when he comes in, don't care when he leaves, and he has 0 chance of winning.
Yeah, 0 chance of winning. He's just another filler. He might go a bit longer because he can actually go a small bit, so he might get 10 minutes out of it, but I can't see him going past the 10-minute mark.
Yeah. Next is Dean Ambrose, and we've kind of done, our picks for the Shield, so I think we can go over that one. I don't see any members of the Shield other than Reigns winning the Rumble. Reigns is the only one that's got a chance of winning out of the Shield.
Sorry about that. The microphone just came on plug, so I had to plug it back in. But Dean Ambrose, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
I see him lasting long, but I see a moment where someone is going to start taking on the Shield, and I see him and Seth Rollins being eliminated at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't give him a great chance to win. Yet again, it's like what I said with B.E. Lansing. If he wins, it wouldn't be the biggest upset in the world.
The only thing I could see them actually doing is having, the Shield come in and clear house, and I mean like clear house, and then Reigns like double clotheslines both of them over him and Rollins over the rope.
Don't you know think that Rollins and Ambrose takes out Reigns?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, it could end up like Orton did with Legacy, where they were helping Orton until the very end, and then he went to
He sent the two
eliminate one of them.
Triple H, and then when Triple H had both of them gone north and came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I just think it could be an interesting twist because you always have to think that someone eliminates two other guys from a stable like that. But I think it could be interesting when you can have Rollins and fucking Ambrose look at each other like and say, he's a bigger threat.
Yeah.
So, yet again, Dean Ambrose, I can't see him win it, but it wouldn't be a big shock if he did. He's in that category that if he won, it wouldn't be a major shock. And
Eric Rowan.
That goes for all the guys in the Shield. I just want to point that out. That I think anyone in the Shield could shock the world this Sunday. I don't think they will, but it's possible.
I don't think Seth Rollins has a chance in hell.
He's the lowest one of them. I will say that he is the lowest one of them. But yet again, if he does, it's not going to be really a huge shock because you can build a feud then around the breakup of the Shield, and you can even find some way of getting the other two into the match, and you could have a situation that John Cena is going in a fatal four-way against the Shield.
Yeah. From one of the best wrestlers in the world to possibly the worst wrestler, at least in the company, Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. Zero chance in hell of winning. Probably coming in and not lasting very long unless, Daniel Bryan does make it in. So, same with Luke Harper.
Yeah. There's not much I can throw onto that. The Wyatts don't have a chance because the main fella in the Wyatt family is not even in the Shagga match.
Announced, anyway. Fandango.
Dances
Zero
the
chance in
ring,
hell.
gets the crowd energetic, then probably gets thrown out.
If he makes it more than 10 seconds, it'll be a miracle.
You heard it here first, people. Fandango will last 10 seconds, even though his entrance will probably take 3 minutes.
Well, I'm talking about once he crosses the rope.
I know what you're talking about.
You're not going to beat Santino's record of 1 second, but
you can tie it.
You could tie it. Goldust is our 12th person on our list.
I think we already went through that. I just think Goldust is there to do something with Cody Rhodes. He might eliminate Cody Rhodes or Cody Rhodes might eliminate him, but something's going down between these two because I really see this match going down at WrestleMania. So I do not give him a chance in hell of winning. There's no way Goldust is winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Jack Swagger, zero chance in hell.
Zero chance in hell.
Don't really care when he comes or when he goes. Jay Uso, him and Jimmy will last about as long as the Wyatt family.
Yeah. They're just there just for guys to come in fresh, pretty much. These are what you would call Royal Rumble fillers.
Yeah. Kofi Kingston, he's there to do his big spot, and no chance of winning.
No, he'd be there for around 5 minutes. Someone would knock him over. He'd do a big spot that would get everyone in the crowd hyped, and then he's gone.
I can actually see with Kofi this year is he's going to fall and get knocked out of the ring around the same time and Cesaro's eliminated. And he's going to land on Cesaro, but his feet won't touch. And Cesaro will do that big swing and throw Kofi back into the ring.
Why would he do that?
He'll unintentionally, release him and he'll land in the ring or something. I could see that. Or he's going to jump out and land on someone's shoulders and bounce back on the ring. What I want to see them do is finally give Kofi a pogo stick at ringside and let him pogo around the ring on a pogo stick.
But I'd love to know is that why a wrestler has an amputated one of his legs. That way you can't lose a Royal Rumble match.
Zach Gowen would win every year.
Yeah. Both feet touch the ground. Yeah. Technicality.
Yeah. Well, Shawn Michaels only had 1 foot touch the floor, and he was still in the match.
There you go.
Luke Harper. I think we've already covered him with Eric Rowan. Rey Mysterio is next.
Come in.
Rey will probably be
15
eliminated.
minutes solid, and then he get eliminated. I can see Batista eliminating him, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Uh, Roman Reigns, I think we've kind of covered.
Yeah, but let's just point out about Roman Reigns. We both think that this guy's going to have a big run. I would not be one bit shocked if he wins. I would actually make Roman Reigns my fourth favourite behind Sheamus, CM Punk, and Batista.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't see him going from 2 to 30, though. Maybe around the 10 mark. I could see him having like a 20-person run.
See, that's the thing. Like, most people think that it's so hard to do a Royal Rumble match that long. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's easy as pie, like, but you can sit in the corner for 5-10 minutes and just get your breath back.
Yeah.
There's been often cases of wrestlers doing that. Just sitting down in the corner for 5-6 minutes and getting their breath back.
Jerry Lawler rolled underneath the bottom rope and went underneath the ring for one of them.
That was genius. Why that hasn't been tried again, I never know. And don't even bring up Santina's pissed, stupid attempt at it.
Yeah. R-Truth. No chance in hell.
No chance of winning, but I think he might have a decent enough run in there because it's been a while since R-Truth did anything of significance, and he is a veteran. He can go in the ring, so I can see him lasting 20 minutes. I'll be honest. I know that's a bit of a shock to you, but I can see him going 20 minutes.
Speaking of people that, can go but don't really do anything, Ryback, no chance in hell.
Ryback would be tweeting during the match more than he'd be in the match.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, I think we've kind of covered. The Miz.
I can see the Miz going on. The Miz been doing another R-Truth. I can see that the Miz has been away for a while. And he wants to prove something. Yet again, he has that experience. He's been in the company where the Miz can go 20 minutes in this match, and I think he will.
I can actually see Miz being a sleeper at Royal Rumble and, could possibly win it. He's got about a 10% chance at best.
So he would be your dark horse if you had to pick a dark horse.
If I had to pick a dark horse, it would be Miz. So... and finally, the last two announced names, Titus O'Neil and Xavier Woods, no chance in hell.
It'd be interesting to see what Xavier Woods does in this match because he's going to start mixing up now with some proper talent because in the Royal Rumble you're going to go in against good guys. So he's been fighting a bunch of, I wouldn't say nobody's lately, but he's been fighting people that are not really that high up in the pecking order. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does when he gets in there with some of the upper echelons. So I say he might last 5, maybe 10 minutes. Titus O'Neil, I just say he's there for a comedy spot.
Yep. All right, so now we're down to the last 5 mystery picks. I'll allow you to do your 5, and then I'll give my 5, and we can wrap up, and we can have a good evening as we prepare for SmackDown on Friday and TNA later tonight.
Oh, Sheamus. And I just want to go on fully about that now. I think Sheamus is ready to return around now. When he got injured in August, they said 6 months. They kept it very quiet. They did it with Jericho last year. Triple H is very high on Sheamus. God only knows why. He has a long-standing history with Randy Orton. So you can see that going forward for the title. So, Sheamus is my third favourite. It's not even been talked about.
Okay.
My next one, Evan Bourne. I don't think he's a huge name or anything like that, but I just see Evan Bourne coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I see him... Oh, it's tough. There's talks of Jimmy Wang Yang, even though I think that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Mm.
Jericho, obviously, that's a no-brainer. I think everyone is kind of wishing... I think people are wishing Jericho is coming back more than thinking it.
Well, the elevator ads in Winnipeg kind of helps,
I think it's hope more than anything. And
well, he does like to get paid. He likes money, so coming back at WrestleMania season really helps. So
no, I don't believe that's he with Jericho. Because Jericho doesn't need money like that.
Yeah.
Jericho can make money doing anything. He's an
Yeah, but Jericho
entertainer.
can come back for a 4 or 5 month run and make, 6 or 7 figures and leave.
But what I like about Jericho, and the reason I give Jericho a buy, is because Jericho is a guy that will come back and put people over.
Yeah, he'll come back. I think the last run he didn't win a single match. So, or one of the runs he came back, he didn't win a single match.
What about Undertaker? Could you have a situation where you could have the Shield in the ring and Taker comes out?
Possible. Is that all 5 years?
Because apparently Taker's supposed to be in the most healthiest condition he's been in the last 5 years, because he's after getting 2 or 3 major surgeries that is really after helping him. Yeah. So who knows, we might see a fucking long Taker run this time. I don't think he's going to be there much after WrestleMania, but who knows, he might do the stretch from Royal Rumble to Mania this year.
Yeah. Was Jimmy Wayne Yang one of your picks?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Then you got one left.
One more left. So it's hard when you really think about it, because you got to think, who has the name value enough? You know what? I'm just going to just throw this out there. I think Road Dogg will get in there. I think there'll be some bullshit done and he'll be put in there.
Yeah.
And how two of them have a world title match is a fucking joke.
They beat the tag team champions. Even though Kofi Kingston beat Randy Orton clean in the middle of the ring and didn't get a title match.
Wouldn't that just be a great storyline now to build around Kofi Kingston, that he feels injustice, that he beat Randy Orton, he never got a match?
Yeah. Too bad the writers aren't that smart.
Yeah. You can build up a match between Kofi Kingston and Kane at WrestleMania, because Kofi could be just pissed off with the authorities and why are you not doing this, and there's a good WrestleMania match for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, my 5, I've already said Chris Jericho. Pretty much gave my reasons why. Don't see him winning it, but I can see him coming in and being. But they need a workhorse in there. And Punk can't carry this whole thing on his back.
Well, that's the thing about the Rumble. He can carry it up to 15, 16, 17 around that time, but then he's going to need help.
Yeah. After Jericho, I have Sheamus, of course. I'm sorry, it's my ADD moment. I have Sheamus coming back, possibly last 5 of the thing. I don't see Sheamus coming back and winning, just because he's been gone too long, and they have brought Batista back. So you already have that guy coming back, that wants to feud. Plus you have Brock Lesnar out there. So you don't need a third big man returning wanting the belt. Plus I think Sheamus needs to be a heel, because WWE's got too many faces and not enough heels at the moment. Thirdly, I have Rob Van Dam, just because he came back at Money in the Bank, did his 3 months, and it's about time to come back. And what perfect time for a 3-month run than the Rumble to Mania setup. And the last 2, I have Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
They could be our number 2 and 3 entrants.
Yeah.
They really could be our number 2 and 3 entrants.
Yeah. I would have them number 3 and 4, just so you would have one other person out there with Punk. So, you don't have, did Billy Gunn really go against CM Punk for 3 straight minutes? You got to have somebody out there dominant, too, for your first 2
What
kicks.
is the time delay this year, do you know at all? Because a lot of people have been saying that it's 2 minutes, and then a lot saying 90 seconds.
It's always been 90 seconds, except when they had that 40-man Rumble. I think they moved it to 60.
No, it was 2 minutes. I remember it was 2 minutes for a few years, and then they moved it to 90.
Yeah. I think they're only at 60 seconds, because if they have a 90-second in between, that doesn't work out for like the Rey Mysterio record anymore. That he went an hour. So I think they'll be back down to 60 seconds this year. So.
I don't see him
but
that
it's
short,
WWE.
though. 'Cause that's only 28 minutes then between all the entrances.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Who's 30?
Number 30.
And don't include the people you think are coming back. If you had to just pick, the 25 that we reviewed earlier, if one of them is 30, who do you think it is?
That's hard.
It actually is.
Del Rio.
Yeah, I was just about to say Del Rio.
Yeah, Del Rio would be. I'm sitting here looking back at their list. The only three names stand out that would work. One's Rey Mysterio, one's Del Rio.
Why do look? You're like WWE now, putting Rey Mysterio and Del Rio together.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking a while ago. I noticed that Perfect's kid. I can't remember the stupid name they gave him this year. Isn't listed, but Ryback is. Curtis Axel is not listed. So, if you don't get Rob Van Dam, you're going to put Curtis Axel on there. So.
But the roster they have, though, like, I don't get why they can't do a 40-man anymore. They have a big enough roster.
Look at it with 30 men.
This needs to be the reward for people. That listen, here, you're in a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, but look at the current 30-man roster they have right now, or 25-man. Let's see, former world champ, jobber, former world champ.
Man, that's a bullshit argument. The Royal Rumble was always filled with jobbers. It doesn't mean it doesn't care if it's 10 jobbers, 15 jobbers, or 20 jobbers. There was always jobbers in the Royal Rumble. Every time a Royal Rumble happened, you could pick 3, maybe 4 winners out of it with a surprise entrance that might win it. That's the Rumble. There's 5 people that could always win the Rumble, and the rest are just there for the sake of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just... This is a weak lineup to me. So this is almost as bad as it was 95.
Okay, very quickly, we already did 30. Who do you see coming in as number 2?
Rob Van Dam.
Roman Reigns. I still think that's going to happen. I still think you're going to start with Roman Reigns and Punk. I think it'll be a strong start to the Rumble. And if you want to build Reigns up as much as they want to, let him have a run all the way to number 20 at 22, around that mark.
Yeah.
And last question. Who gets 27?
No, the big question is who gets the curse spot. Out of all those names, you have the Royal Rumble curse, which we've discussed on this. I think is it 17?
Yeah.
That, just about they're either dead, they haven't worked, within a year, their career's pretty much over.
Ryback gets 17.
See, I was actually going to say Darren Young was going to get that spot this year, or Fandango, because I think they've just about played out that gimmick.
How in the hell? Like, that is the genius minds of WWE had something as big as Fandango, and they completely dropped the ball with him. How do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm talking about the lucky spot, number 27, that WWE always go on as the most lucrative spot. I see Batista taking that this year.
Batista or Mysterio?
Yeah.
Mysterio, I can't see, and I may even said it earlier.
Mysterio's going to come in fucking everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's so hard because he's been hurt, so they're not going to want Mysterio making that long run. But I could see him trying to do that long run, because he is getting in the twilight. But, another thing we haven't discussed is Sin Cara. Supposedly a big match they want to do at WrestleMania 30 is Mysterio versus Sin Cara.
Oh, because they want to hand out the free masks, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they want to go for that record, so.
I don't get why. What's the big deal about that record?
Just so they can be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
So can't you just do that by having most people attend doing a what chant? Technically, you would be in the Guinness World Record for that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Sin Cara is another wild card out there. is that you could start the Rey Mysterio Sin Cara feud this year. You know, you could even have Sin Cara come in at the dreaded 17, Mysterio come in at 27, you know, and then you can be rid of Sin Cara next year. So
who's your dream entrant? And don't do something stupid now. If I could tell you now, right here, right now, you could put someone into the Royal Rumble, who would it be?
Ric Flair.
Reasons?
I just think Ric Flair would be able to come in and, you know, pop the crowd, be that comeback guy, you know, maybe not wrestle for more than 15 minutes in it, but come in and pop the crowd.
Especially if you're going to turn Batista heel. I don't know if they are, if they aren't. I don't know what the plans are. But if you're going to turn him heel, there's a way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, have Ric Flair come in at like 26, last for a little while, and be in like that top 4, and Batista throw him out. Now Batista's a heel because he took that feel-good moment that Flair could win, and, you know.
If you're going to do that, wouldn't you really make Flair the last 2?
You could. But I think you get more out of Batista eliminating Flair with like 5 to go than you really do with Batista and Flair being the last 2 in the ring. So, but that's it for this Royal Rumble preview show.
Oh, well, I never get my pick.
Okay. Go ahead and do your pick. I thought your Sheamus was your big pick.
No, I don't want to see Sheamus in it. I don't want to see him anywhere near it, but if you ask me for my opinion, I'm going to give it about Sheamus. I think that they will do something big with Sheamus. My dream pick is someone I actually picked earlier, The Undertaker. I think it will make sense, especially if you have the Shield in the ring. Build off that fucking storyline. There's no point now just bringing The Undertaker back around WrestleMania and completely ignoring the Shield.
Yeah.
Either him or Charlie Haas.
Okay.
Okay, take care, people. Enjoy the Royal Rumble this Sunday, and we'll be back Sunday night on Monday morning with a review of the Royal Rumble 2014.
Be the same ones that I die with, put it all out on the line with. If you're looking for me, you can find wit.